You know, we all want to age gracefully. We want to look and feel as we do when we were young for as long as we can, right? I gotta tell you a little secret. You need to come in a little closer. Something very special happens today. The day that you're watching this video, I actually turn 58. And I know I don't look 58. There's no filters, there's no fillers, there's no injections, Botox, facelifts, any of that stuff going on with me. And the good news is, besides the fact that it's my birthday, is that there are just a few simple rules that if you follow them will allow you to live a life of health and youthfulness and freedom, and that will make you far younger biologically than you are chronologically, because there is a difference. Now, before we jump into these, please be sure and hit subscribe and the notification bell so that you have access to all the videos you're going to want to watch after you watch this one. Number 1, learning to manage your stress levels. And why would managing your stress level be important? Well, back in 2009, there was a discovery made by 3 scientists, a very telling discovery about something we call telomeres. And telomeres are the very ends of our chromosomes. And what they discovered was the shorter the telomere, the quicker the aging, because telomeres regulate how quickly our cells age and die. And believe me, we are nothing but a pile of cells. Now, this was a huge discovery, a discovery that changed everything we were thinking about longevity and the aging process. Nobel Prize winning stuff, right? Well, that's exactly what happened. These 3 scientists won a Nobel Prize for this discovery. So a huge thank you to Elizabeth Blackburn, Carol Greider, and Jack Stozak. Now, as part of that huge discovery, they also discovered that there was one factor that affected telomeres seemingly more than any other, and that was stress. The more stress a person had, particularly over the long term, the shorter the telomeres were. And when we think about what we've connected stress to in the health field already, this all totally makes sense. Just think about anybody that you know who's been through a really life-altering experience that was very stressful. I mean, just look at our US presidents, whether they're in office for 4 years or 8 years. When they go in, they look a lot younger than they do when they come out. Yikes. Fortunately, there is something very easy, with zero cost actually, that you could be doing to help lengthen those telomeres, and that is the technique of mindful meditation. Now, they also studied different types of meditation and the effects on the participants, and those who did the Zen type meditation, the mindfulness, breath-focused meditations, had the longest telomeres out of the entire group. So that tells you that meditation, where you're trying to figure out something or focus on something or create a visualization, all those things are wonderful tools. However, the meditation that we're talking about, and the one that I actually do, is the Zen style breath meditation, where you focus for 20 to 30 minutes just on your breath, tuning out everything, turning everything off: phones, music, boss, work, wife, husband, children, dogs, cats, money, all of that out the window, just focused in a peaceful 20 to 30 minutes of focusing on your own breath. It relaxes your entire body, and I can tell you, after doing this for just a few days, if you haven't done this already, you are much clearer, calmer in all situations that occur to you. You're going to be living a much happier, more fulfilled life just from meditation as you add years to your years. Number 2, develop a personal and closely held, closely knit tribe. In other words, surround yourself with people that you actually like being around. Very, very important. Studies have continued to show over the years, and recent ones have as well, that people who maintain close-knit relationships, family ties, long-term friendships, have longer telomeres and live longer, healthier, more fulfilling lives. So like the old, no pun intended, adage that if you can name 5 close friends or family members on your hand, you are going to have a long and prosperous and healthy life. Number 3, eat less. Way less and less often. Numerous studies continue to show that calorie-restricted diets that are low or no refined sugar and plant-rich lead people to live healthier, longer lives. In fact, the newest studies show that when you combine regular exercise with this plant-rich, calorie-restricted diet, you actually are able to reduce a hormone the thyroid produces called T3, which helps your metabolism slow and helps slow the aging process. Now, those of you who follow the channel know I myself accomplished this task through eating a Mediterranean-style diet. It's very plant-rich, very no sugar. I also do regular exercise along with intermittent fasting. On top of all of that, I make sure that I include antioxidant-rich foods in my diet. Blueberries, dark chocolate, high antioxidant teas like rooibos or green tea. I drink those on a regular basis. Avocados for healthy fats, walnuts and nuts in general for healthy fats and for proteins, because you need to make sure that you're getting enough protein in your diet for collagen and muscle and bone and skin and hair and eyelashes and nails, for all of those things. All of these together help protect your body from free radical damage. In other words, letting you live a healthier, more youthful life from the inside out. And number 4, exercise your brain. Studies continue to show how helpful it is for people, especially as we get into our later years, to continue to do brain games, puzzles, learning new languages, fighting with that piece of software that makes absolutely no sense. It gives you the brain drain. That's actually helping you create more brain strength, more cognitive ability. And in fact, by doing these exercises, you can actually ward off cognitive decline for up to 10 years. That's a long time. That's a decade. And number 5, speaking of exercise, well, exercise. Now, it should be obvious to most of us by now that physical activity is going to keep me mobile, flexible, and help ward off degenerative diseases. We know that. We've known about that for many, many years. So physical activity, very important. Did you know there is one type of physical activity that has actually been shown to help retard and reverse the aging process, and that is dancing. And the reason dancing does that is because it incorporates hand and eye coordination using the brain. It also involves muscles, stretching, movement, some cardio. So dancing, like the ultimate workout for you. Yeah, I guess Richard Simmons was right about sweating to the oldies. It really does make a big difference. As I've spoken of before on this channel, there was a study that came out October of last year called the Health Got Study. And what they did was they took some sedentary folks and they made them active. They basically gave them a routine to use every few days to get some physical activity going. They made some minor changes in their diet, leaned it more plant-based, and then they wanted to look and see what effect that had in 8 weeks. Well, the effect it had in 8 weeks was that it rolled their biological age back 3 years, just from those tiny little changes in that study. That should tell us all right there that we cannot underemphasize the role that physical activity, and I'm not talking about being a marathon runner, I'm talking about chasing the dog, taking a walk, go for a swim, play with your significant other, whatever it is. Be active as much as you can every day, at least 20 minutes, and you're going to feel, see, and live the positive effects of that for the rest of your life. Number 6, and don't click off the video when I say this because there's a lot to this that you need to understand, and that's getting enough sleep. That means going to bed early and consistently, because we want to take advantage of the body's repair cycles. Now, I often talk about just one cycle on the channel that has to do with skin, but all of these cycles happen with the body that affect your skin and hair health. From 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock, your skin is in the process of repair through hydration and stimulation. From 11 to 3 is when the actual cell regeneration process takes place, and oxygen and nutrients are carried to your very cells where they are dividing and producing new skin, new bone, new organs, new hair as you sleep. From 3 until whenever you get up, your body's in a rhythmic resting state. This is really where you get your deepest rest. And it's very important that you try to have a sleep cycle that catches all 3 of those, or at least some of all 3 of those. So 6 to 8 hours of sleep is what the general rule is. I'm a 6 to 7 hour sleeper, but if you can get 8, great. But doing that consistently can actually roll back the years on you and your body. So not only is it going to give you emotional balance, mental clarity, it's also going to give you a longer physical life. Number 7, my all-time favorite. Stay out of the sun and wear your sunscreen. I cannot talk about this subject enough because there's so much pushback and blowback from so many people about, oh, I need hours of sun or I don't get enough vitamin D or what have you. Listen, you need to protect your skin from the negative damaging effects of UVA, UVB light. If the sun is up, UVA, UVB light is about the business of damaging your cells. So be sure you're wearing an SPF of 30 and that you reapply it often. We want to protect the skin. Up to 90% of the signs of visible aging you see on people has to do with how much sun damage they are carrying around. Now, look at the skin on your butt, which for most of us has been covered most of our lives, and compare that skin to the skin that has not been covered and regularly exposed to the elements, sunlight, UVA, UVB light, and you're gonna see a big difference, right? So, very important that you protect yourself from the sun. Sunscreen, sunscreen, sunscreen. Have I told you you need to wear sunscreen? And number 8, don't act your age. I don't. Don't do things old people that are sedentary, that are broken down and really suffering are doing. Note the difference in the things we're talking about today on this video and a sedentary lifestyle. Don't act your age. Go out and dance. Hang out with younger people. I do. Start a YouTube channel when you're 54 years old. Do things that keep you young. It's been proven in study after study that people who think younger live longer and thrive better. And that's what I want for all of you guys watching this video today, is to have a happy, healthy, beautiful, wonderful, thriving life. Now, of course, there are other things that you need to be taking into account, like a solid anti-aging skincare routine. So for that, I ask you to watch this video that's coming up next to help you with that, which it will do and give you a further deep dive on how to reverse the aging of skin. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I love you, stay beautiful, and I will see you over on this next video. Now, I'm gonna go have a piece of birthday cake.